Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you guys can see from the title, we are going to talk about how to prepare for PLAB 1. But before that, I also want to mention that I have given you guys almost every information that I know of about PLAB pathways. So I would really suggest if you just go and watch those videos before watching this video, because I really want you guys to have a clear idea about PLAB pathway, and I really try my best to explain each and everything to you guys, and I also try to reply each and every comment. But recently some people commented on my videos that, like, I don't have full information about this pathway, and I'm trying to misguide people and some sort of these things. And honestly, I try my level best to clarify each and everything to you guys, and I talk from my experience and my fellow doctors' experience. I might be wrong sometime. I'm not saying that I have all the information about PLAB pathway. I might be wrong, but if you wanna correct me, I would really appreciate if you can be kind in your comments. And one more thing that I shared, that why I'm not applying for jobs in the UK as of now. On that video also, some people commented that I wasted my money and time. Well, I know, right? I know that I have put so much efforts in this pathway, and still I chose to stay back in India and not move to the UK. I have explained everything. If you have a problem with me not moving to the UK, I think that is not my problem, that is your problem. If you are going to comment something rubbish under my videos, that is also going to increase my engagement. So I think that's a good thing, but you cannot force somebody to act in a certain way that you want, or you cannot expect somebody to choose the path that others have chosen. I think this is completely my choice, where I want to live at, where I want to stay, where I want to work. And yes, I understand that I have achieved something that a lot of people dream of achieving, but I don't owe any explanation to anybody that why I'm choosing certain pathway over the other. So yeah, the only thing I want to say to these people is get a life. So anyways, without wasting your time, let's dive into the video. So the first thing I want to brief you guys about is that how does this exam come. So basically this exam has 150 MCQs, multiple choice questions, and you have to choose single best answer, and mostly these questions are clinical based scenarios. And this exam is held 4 times a year. Pass rates are usually 60 to 70%. So I think there are two category people who are preparing for PLAB 1. One are people who are studying full time, and the other ones are working full time. So if you're somebody who is studying full time, I think 3 to 4 months are enough, but with disciplined study. If you can manage studying 5 to 6 hours a day, I think 3 to 4 months are more than enough. And I think it's highly recommended that you solve MCQs every single day to maximize your preparation. And if you are somebody who is working full time, I think 6 to 8 months are enough to be on the safer side. If you can manage to study for 2 to 3 hours every single day, maybe 1 hour in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, or whenever you get time, I think 2 to 3 hours per day are enough if you are working full time. I also prepared with a full-time job where I was actually giving 24-hour shift every alternate day. So I think if you are somebody who's working full time, trust me, it's not that difficult. It does get overwhelming sometimes, but it's not something you cannot achieve. And also for both the category people, I think it's not about the months, it's about how much consistency you have and how much MCQs you are doing every single day and how much revision you have done. So I think it really depends person to person. I think I started preparing in November, and then November, December, Jan, and in February I had my exam and I failed by 1 mark. And then I got my results in April first week. So then I got my another slot of PLAB 1 in August. So I started preparing from April itself, and April, May, June, July, and on 8th August I had my exam. So I think 4 months with like complete dedication and consistency, I think that was the game changer for me, because I scored more than 130, I guess, and it's 180 marks question, no negative marking is there. So I think I really scored quite good in my second attempt. So if you want to know why I failed my first attempt, you can go and watch this video over here just to get a brief insight that how dumb I was to fail PLAB 1 in my first attempt. So the third thing I want to talk about is resources. Now this is the most asked question to me in my DMs and in my email. So the resource that I used was PLABable. I also studied from PLAB keys in my first attempt, but I knew that this is not going to work. I'm going to talk about this later in this video. So I prepared from PLABable wholeheartedly in my second attempt, and I think this was the game changer for me. So anyways, coming back to the resources, you can use PLABable, PLAB keys, PLABverse, Pass Medicine. There are Telegram groups which has a lot of information regarding PLAB 1 resources, so you can also use that. One thing which is very important is do not have a lot of resources, do not rely on so many resources. Just stick to one, study from that resource, revise that resource, and do MCQs and do the big mock. So I think that will be more than enough for you to pass PLAB 1. So if I talk about how I prepared for PLAB 1 using PLABable, so the first thing I did after getting their subscription is just have a quick look of the application itself. So how I used it, I gave my first mock on the very first day when I started my preparation for the second time, and I think I scored 67% in my first mock. And then when my last mock was there, I scored a very similar score to my final exam. So I think you can actually rely on these mocks. I used to solve MCQs every single day, and I made sure that I read all the explanations given under the MCQs, because it really helps you navigate through your mistakes, and sometimes there are very similar options, so you might get confused. So just to clarify your confusion, you must go through these explanations, and if needed, you can also make your own notes with the given explanations. So I think that also covers our next question, is that how to use these resources. I actually gave you the brief idea about how you can use these resources. One more thing, try to repeat MCQs at least twice. In PLABable, they give you an option to refresh all of your MCQs at least once. So I think once you are done with the MCQs one time, you can refresh your MCQs once again, but you can only do this one time. So the next thing, which is very important, is revision strategy. So for the first pass, I think you just have to understand and learn. Just quickly go through all the things that is given in the app. And for the second pass, I think you can focus on the weak areas. And I think for the last 2 weeks, give mocks, try to manage your time. So for example, I had my exam in the afternoon, so I made sure that I gave all my mocks in the afternoon, just to stimulate my brain and my body that this is what I can expect during my exam. And for the last 48 hours, I would suggest do not try to learn anything new. Stick to your previous notes. Do not try to revise each and everything in these 2 days. Just light revision and the topic which you think are very high yield and you think you might forget them, just try to revise those topics. Do not try to revise each and everything. So the next thing is big mock and exam day tips that I can give you guys. Take the big mock very seriously under exam condition. As I mentioned earlier, whenever is your exam, try to give your big mock during those hours. So for example, if you have your exam in the morning, try to give your big mock in the morning and with a proper strategy. This helps you with pacing in the exam. Although this exam is not very difficult, but solving 90 MCQs in 90 minutes, it's not easy. You have to be very smart. You cannot just, go there and try to read each and every question and try to mark the answer. You have to be very smart. And also do not leave anything blank, because this exam does not have any negative marking. So even if you choose your answers wrong, this is not going to give you any negative marking. So try your luck. Even if you don't remember anything, just mark something and make sure that you circle the OMR sheet completely, because you don't want to leave any question unanswered because you didn't circle the OMR sheet completely. immediately. Do not panic, just be yourself, be calm. You know everything by the time you are approaching the exam. Just tell this to yourself that you know everything and you are going to pass. On your exam day, try to reach the examination center early, sleep well the last night, and stay calm. And please, please, please eat something light before entering into the examination hall, because you don't want to feel hungry or hypoglycemic while you are, giving your exam. So some extra tips that I would like to give you guys is that there are few common mistakes that we make, is that we take this exam either too lightly or we take it too seriously. Do not take it too lightly also, because after all, this is an exam and you have to sit for this exam for 3 hours. You have to use your brain and recall all the information that you know, and then you have to mark your answers. So it's not that easy, but it's not also very, very difficult. If you have prepared with dedication, I think passing this exam is not so difficult. MCQs practice is very, very important. Do not rely only on revision. Make sure that you are solving MCQs each and every day, because no matter how much information you have in your brain, if you do not know how to apply that information in your exam, it doesn't make any sense. And the next thing is, do not use too many resources, because I did that in my first attempt and I failed. And the last thing, which is very, very important, is take care of your health. Try to exercise regularly while you're preparing for the exam, which is going to help your mind to calm down, and also it will improve your preparation. So I think this is very, very important. And also keep yourself hydrated throughout the exam. So yeah, I think that's it about this video, and do let me know if you have any questions or queries regarding PLAB 1 preparation. You can anytime reach out to me on my Instagram page, or you can comment down your queries in the comment section below. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, bye.